In the year 2157, humanity had already stretched its roots far beyond Earth. They colonized planets, fought wars, and explored galaxies. Their hunger for knowledge and power seemed endless, but one thing kept them grounded: an overwhelming, unshakable will to survive. The galaxy was divided into numerous factions: the peaceful Drivens, the ruthless Voltrons, and the enigmatic Zephyrins. Yet, all had one thing in common: a deep-seated fear of humanity. It wasn't just the humans' technological advancement or their growing influence. It was something more primal, something almost impossible to explain. Across the galaxies, there was a saying that every species knew: never provoke the humans. At the edge of a distant star system, in the heart of a military command center, Commander Lyra of the Voltron Armada sat in deep thought. Her red eyes flickered over the holographic maps of the galaxy as she considered their next move. For decades, the Voltrons had been a force to reckon with, their battleships bristling with powerful weaponry. They had conquered countless worlds, crushed species beneath their feet, and dominated the known universe. But now, something new had emerged, something that made even the Voltrons hesitant to launch their usual campaigns. Humans. They had fought the humans before, and despite their superior technology, they had barely won. There was something about the humans that set them apart from any species they had encountered. They were unpredictable, relentless, and driven by a fierce desire to protect their kind. "I don't understand," Commander Lyra muttered. "Why don't we just finish them off? They are weak. They are few in number. We have everything we need to crush them." Her first officer, Captain Thack, was silent for a moment. His yellow eyes darted around the room before he spoke. "It's not about what we have. It's about what they have." Lyra shot him a puzzled glance. "What do you mean?" Thack hesitated. "The humans, they fight for something more than survival. They fight for their people, for their families, for their way of life. It makes them unpredictable, dangerous even. We can't read them. And that's what makes them a threat." Lyra scowled. "We've read all the reports. Their forces are scattered, their ships old and slow. We could overwhelm them with sheer numbers." Thack's voice dropped to a whisper. "But every time we tried, they fight back harder. They don't surrender, not even when it's hopeless. When we destroy their fleets, they rebuild. When we burn their cities, they rise from the ashes. The humans, they don't stop. They never stop." Lyra narrowed her eyes. "I don't like what you're saying, Captain." Thack met her gaze. "I'm not saying they can't be defeated, Commander. I'm saying we don't know how to defeat them. Not without risking everything we've built. They have a spirit we've never seen before. They fight until there's nothing left to fight for." Lyra leaned back in her chair, staring out the viewport at the stars. She knew Thack was right. She had seen it in battle. When their fleets clashed, the humans didn't care about their losses. They didn't retreat. They didn't give up. They fought until the very end. The Voltrons had never encountered such unwavering determination. "Maybe they're not as weak as we think," Thack continued. "Maybe that's why every species fears them. Maybe that's why they've survived this long when others would have crumbled." Commander Lyra didn't reply. Instead, she activated the communication system, and a hologram of the Driven ambassador appeared before her. "Commander, we've been monitoring the humans," the ambassador said. "I think it's time we discuss an alliance." Lyra raised an eyebrow. "An alliance? With humans? They're nothing more than a minor nuisance." The Driven's hologram shimmered. "That's where you're wrong, Commander. The humans have a resilience none of us can match. They're dangerous. They're not like us. And that's why I'm suggesting we join forces. Together we can harness their strength. Together we can defeat the Zephyrins, the Voltrons, and any other threat that dares to challenge us." The thought of an alliance with the humans was disturbing, but Lyra couldn't ignore the logic. She knew that the humans were different, but would it be worth the risk? Could they control them? And so the decision was made. The Voltrons would send a delegation to Earth to speak with the human leaders. The galaxy held its breath, unsure of what would happen next. On Earth, President Ava Reyes paced back and forth in her office. News of the Voltron delegation had reached her hours ago, and she was not sure whether to be cautious or to embrace the possibility of peace. Her mind was sharp, always analyzing every possibility, but this situation was unlike anything she had encountered before. "I don't trust them," General David Cole said, standing at her side. "The Voltrons are known for their treachery. They won't come in peace." Ava nodded. "I know, but we can't ignore the opportunity. If we can gain their trust, we can secure a stronghold in the galaxy, maybe even forge an alliance that could keep humanity safe for generations." Cole looked at her with skepticism. "Or we could become their puppets. They might try to manipulate us into serving their interests." Ava stopped pacing and turned to face him. "We will have to be careful, but we can't let fear dictate our actions. We've fought too hard to just sit back and wait. We've earned the right to be at the table." Outside the walls of Earth's capital, the Voltron ships entered the atmosphere. The humans, despite their relatively small numbers and limited technology, had an unyielding confidence that could not be ignored. They had survived wars, invasions, and betrayals, and they had learned from every battle. More importantly, that humans had learned how to unite, to fight as one, and to never, ever give up. The Voltrons may have been powerful, but humanity's strength was something far greater, their spirit. And that, in the end, was why no one ever dared to fight the humans, not because they were the most advanced, but because they could not be broken. It was not just about technology. It was about heart, courage, and an unshakable will to fight for those they loved. That was why the galaxy, for all its advanced civilizations and powerful empires, had learned one simple truth: never provoke the humans. This story illustrates the unique qualities that make humans stand out in the galaxy and why their indomitable spirit is something other species fear. It's not about fighting with the strongest weapons, but with the heart and resilience that define humanity.